Hi, welcome to Gramam Store. Today we will show you some of our cast iron and iron products, including price details also. We sell cast iron and iron products at the best lowest price. You can compare our prices online or offline. Our prices will be very reasonable and we sell best quality products. We ship all over India and you may also visit our store. Our store is located in Babasapalya, Bangalore. So let's start with our video. So these are our handmade tawa. In handmade we have both in rough finishing and in smooth finishing also. This is like rough finishing. Rough finishing we have starting from 9 inches. 9 inches is for 250 rupees. And we have up to 12 inches in this. And this is like 10 inches. 10 inches is for 280 rupees. And 11 inches is for 320 rupees. And 12 inches is for 360 rupees. We also have a double handle tawa in same rough finishing itself for 380 rupees, which is currently out of stock. And these are like smooth finishing handmade tawa. In smooth finishing we have starting from 10 inches and 10 inches is for 380 rupees, and this is like completely smooth finished inside. And we have in 11 inches. 11 inches is for 430 rupees, and next size 12 inches is for 480 rupees. So this is like 480 rupees in same smooth finishing handmade tawa. So all these are a handmade tawa, and as I said, it starts from 250 rupees and we have up to 480 rupees in handmade tawa. And moving on to machine made tawa. In machine made we have starting from 9.5 inches and we have up to 12 inches. And we also have both in smooth finishing and rough finishing also. This is like 9.5 inches smooth finishing tawa and slightly curved model for 480 rupees. And we have in 10 inches, and again this is also smooth finishing for 500 rupees. And 11 inches smooth finishing tawa in machine made itself for 520 rupees. In same 11 inches we have in double handle one, and again smooth finishing for 600 rupees. And we have in 12 inches lightweight tawa for 550 rupees in 12 inches smooth finishing tawa itself. And all these are pre-seasoned. And in 12 inches we also have in heavy tawa for 640 rupees. This is like single handle heavy tawa. And in machine made we also have in rough finishing. This is like rough finishing tawa pre-seasoned 11.5 inches, and this is for 550 rupees. And we have a medium weight tawa in this, and that is in 12 inches, and this is for 580 rupees, and same 12 inches in dia. And we also have a heavier tawa, and this is for 620 rupees, and this is also 12 inches flat base and rough finishing tawa. And coming to a smooth finishing in same machine made, and this is like 650 rupees 12 inches, and this is like lightweight one. And in 12 inches we have 3 model in same double handle tawa, and this is like a medium weight tawa, and this is for 680 rupees. We have more heavier than this tawa also, and that is for 720 rupees. This is like again 720 completely flat tawa. And we also have some more new model in same 12 inches tawa, and this was not there in our previous video. This is like raised edged model, and this is for 750 rupees and completely flat tawa. And we have a new model again in same 12 inches, and this is like an oval shape. It seems to be like an oval shape and it's round inside, and this is for 790 rupees, and it's also flat tawa. In raised edge we also have in different model, which is also called as neer dosa tawa, and we have it starting from 8 inches, and 8 inches is like 250 rupees. This is like handmade without seasoning. We have up to 10 inches in this, and this is like 9 inches for 280 rupees, and 10 inches in the same model will be for 330 rupees. And all this is like rough finishing without seasoning. And we also have in machine made, again both in rough finishing and smooth finishing. And this is like machine made one, rough finishing pre-seasoned 10 inches tawa for 380 rupees. And we also have in smooth finishing, and this is like 8.75 inches in smooth finishing, and this is for 450 rupees. And this is like completely smooth. And we also have a 10 inches model in same smooth finishing, and this is like 10 inches smooth finishing for 500 rupees. And you can see the difference in this two. This is like 8.75 inches and other one is 10 inches. And moving on to our grill pan. In grill pan currently handmade is out of stock. In handmade we had double handle for 580 rupees. This is like machine made 10 inches and round in shape pre-seasoned one, and this is for 620 rupees. And you can use it both in induction and gas stove. All machine made flat base can be used in induction and gas stove also. This is like 2-in-1 grill pan, and this is for 730 rupees with seasoning. We had without seasoning model in this, and that is for 700 rupees. And in 2-in-1 we have a new model, and this is for 650 rupees. And again you can use both sides, one side as a grill pan and other side as a frying or a chapati pan, and this is also pre-seasoned. And in double handle grill pan we have two types again, and this is like thin stripes with seasoning, and same thing without seasoning also we have. Without seasoning is for 650 rupees and with seasoning is for 700 rupees, and this is like thin stripes one. And in thin stripes we also have in long handle grill pan, and this is like long handle for 750 rupees, and this is also season one, and season one is like 750 rupees. And we have a fat stripes grill pan, and this is like fat stripes and flat one, and this is like 850 rupees. And same in flat stripes we have a long handle grill pan, and this is for 850 rupees, and both are of same price. Double handle is also for 850 and long handle is also for 850. And moving on to a long handle tawa, and long handle we have starting from 8 inches. This is like an 8 inches shallow pan, and this is like 430 rupees. And the same model we have in 9.75 inches, and this is like 600 rupees. You can see the difference in these two. One is like 8 inches and other one is like 9.75 inches. And we have a new model again in this same rough finished one in machine made itself, and 9 inches is for 470 rupees and 10 inches for 530 rupees, and both are slightly curved one. And these two can are slightly curved one and rough finished one. This is like a new model for 470 and 530. And in same we also have a smooth finishing one, and you can see the difference in this two. This is like smooth finishing 10.5 inches, and again in smooth finishing 10.5 inches we have two varieties. Lightweight one is 580 and heavy one is like 600 rupees. And 10 inches long handle tawa, and this is again for 600 rupees. We have two models in this, 10 inches, and this one is like 11.5 inches. 11.5 inches is for 720 rupees. So 10 inches for 600 and 11.5 inches for 720. Both are pre-seasoned, and all flat base tawas can be used both in induction and gas stove also. And in long handle we also have a raised edge tawa, and this is like 10 inches, and this is for 600 rupees. You can see the difference between two. The previous one was like slightly curved model, and this is like raised edge in the border. And in same raised edge we also have in rough finishing, and this is a new model one, and this is like again 11 inches, and this is for 630 rupees. And we have a heavier one in same raised edge model, and this is like 11.5 inches, and this is for 750 rupees. The diameter if you see in this, it will be like exactly 11.5 inches in this one. And moving on to our kadais. In kadais again we have both in handmade and machine made, and this is our like handmade kadai. In handmade we have starting from 6 inches, and we have up to 12 inches in our handmade kadai, and this is like 6 inches, and 6 inches is for 230 rupees, and we have in 7 inches for 240 rupees. This is like 7 inches, and 8 inches is for 280 rupees, and all these are handmade rough finished one. And 9 inches is for 330 rupees, and then 10 inches is for 380 rupees. This is like 10 inches 380, and 11 inches is for 470 rupees, and this is like 11 inches in diameter, round in shape. We also have 12 inches in the same model, and this is like 12 inches for 570 rupees. And all handmade kadais will be heavier. And coming to a machine made one, in machine made kadai again we have both in rough finishing and smooth finishing, and this is like rough finished one. And rough finishing one in 8 inches, this is like shallow based one, and this is for 470 rupees. In the same model we have in 3 sizes. One is like 8 inches, and this one is like 10 inches, and 10 inches is for 670, again same shallow base one, and 12 inches is for 870. This is like 12 inches. You can see the base behind, this is like shallow behind, and these kadais can be used both in induction stove and even in gas stove also. And you can see the difference, like one is like 12 and other one is 10, and other one is like 8 inches. One is for 470, 670, and 12 inches for 870 rupees. And in rough finishing kadai we also have a different model, and this is like 8 inches deep flat kadai. You can see the handles are slightly raised above, and this is like 8 inches for 490 rupees. And in same model we also have in 10 inches, that is exactly 25 centimeter, and this is like 690 rupees. So 8 inches is for 490, 10 inches for 690. In deep flat kadai we have also received some new model kadais, and this starts from 9 inches. We have up to 12 inches in this. 9 inches is for 550 rupees. You can see the difference in this too. The previous one was more deeper compared to the new one, and this is like 9 inches. Next size in this is like 10.5 inches, and that is for 730 rupees. And this is 10.5 inches, and the more bigger one in this is in 12 inches, and this is for 890 rupees. So there are 3 sizes in this. Bigger one, that is 12 inches for 890, 10.5 inches for 730, and smaller one 9 inches is for 550. And moving on to a smooth finishing kadai. In smooth finishing, in same model, we have starting from 7 inches and we have up to 12 inches in this model, and this is like 470 rupees. And next size is like 8 inches. 8 inches is like 580 rupees, and you can see the base behind this will be like slightly shallow. It will not be completely curved, slightly shallow in this. And 9 inches, and 9 inches is for 800 rupees. And this is not exactly 9 inches, it's slightly bigger than 9 inches. It comes around like 9.5 inches in this. And 10 inches is like 850 rupees. This is like 10 inches round in shape, and in same 10 inches we have two model, and this is like slightly shallow, and this is for 880 rupees. So previous one is for 850 and this is for 880. And then we have in 11 inches, that is exactly 27 centimeter, and this is for 900 rupees. And more bigger than this is like 12 inches, and that is for 1000 rupees. And this is also round in shape, and this is for 1000 rupees. And in same machine made smooth finishing kadai, we have received some new models. We have both with seasoning and without seasoning in this model, and this starts from 7 inches. 7 inches with seasoning is for 450, without seasoning is for 400. And we have up to 13 inches in this same model. And next size is like 7.5 inches, and this is like 7.5 inches with seasoning is for 490, and without seasoning is for 440 rupees. And in this model, next size is like 8 inches. 8 inches, again we have two models, with seasoning and without seasoning. Without seasoning is for 530 and with seasoning is for 580. And 9 inches in this model is like without seasoning for 560, and with seasoning is for 620. And in same model 10 inches, we have again two varieties in this, with seasoning and without seasoning. With seasoning is for 690 rupees, and without seasoning is for 600 rupees. And in this model 11 inches, again without seasoning is for 780 rupees, and with seasoning is for 880 rupees. You can see the difference in this two. One is like with seasoning, and other one is like without seasoning, and these are like completely round in shape. And in same model 12 inches, we have without seasoning for 850 rupees, and with seasoning for 980 rupees. And in this model we have again in 13 inches. 13 inches currently we have without seasoning model. Without seasoning is for 1100. We get with seasoning also. With seasoning is for 1200 rupees. And coming to a smooth finishing deep flat kadai, this is like 10 inches smooth finishing deep flat kadai, and this is for 900 rupees. And we have in flat base model. In flat base we have three models starting from 9 inches up to 11 inches we have. This is like flat base, and this is for 830 rupees, 9 inches in dia. And next size is like 10 inches, and this is for 930 rupees. And this is like 10 inches, and bigger than this is for 11 inches, and this is for 1030 rupees. And all this can be used both in induction and gas stove also. And moving on to our skillets. In skillets we have starting from 6 inches, and we have both in handmade and machine made. In handmade 6-inch skillet is like 200, and machine made without seasoning 6-inch skillet is like 220. We have same model with seasoning in machine made for 280 rupees. This is like 280 rupees in 6 inches in dia. And smooth finishing in same 6 inches skillet, lightweight is like 300, and 6 inches heavy skillet smooth finishing, this is like 380 rupees. And this is our handmade skillet. In handmade we have in 10 inches, and this is for 450 rupees, 10 inches dia. And again in machine made we have in 9 inches rough finishing skillet, and this is for 540 rupees. In same without seasoning we get it for 490 rupees. And again in 10 inches rough finishing with seasoning, this is for 590 rupees. We have without seasoning in the same model for 550 rupees, same 10 inches machine made with seasoning and without seasoning skillet. And again in machine made 8 inches skillet we have with seasoning for 480 rupees, and we have a smooth finishing in 8 inches dia, and this is like 520 rupees. So rough finishing with seasoning is for 480, and smooth finishing is for 520. And next size in this is like 9 inches, and this is for 700 rupees, and this is like smooth finishing. And bigger than this is like 10 inches, that is exactly 25 centimeter, and this is for 750 rupees. And slightly more bigger than this is like 10.25, and even this is like smooth finishing, and this is for 810 rupees, and this is like 10.25 inches. And we have more bigger than this in rough finishing, and this is like 11.5 inches, and this is like 830 rupees. And this is like season 1 itself, and this is for 830. And we also have a double handle skillet, and this is like handmade skillet, 10 inches dia, and this is for 450 rupees. And we have in machine made rough finishing also and with smooth finishing. This is like rough finishing 10 inches for 580 rupees with seasoning, and without seasoning is for 540 rupees. And we have a smooth finishing model in same double handle skillet. Smooth finishing starts from 8.5 inches and we have up to 11.5 inches, and this is like 8.5 inches and this is for 660, and 10 inches is for 730 rupees. This is like 10 inches, and slightly bigger than this is like 10.5 inches, and this is for 820 rupees. And we have more bigger than this, that is like 11.5 inches, and this is like 930 rupees. This is a bigger skillet in double handle what we have now. And moving on to our Utapam pan. In Utapam pan we have handmade and machine made also. This is like handmade one. Handmade 4 pits is for 450 rupees, and machine made 4 pits is for 620 rupees, and this is like with seasoning. And in machine made we have even in 3 pits also, and this is like 3 pits with seasoning, and this is for 580 rupees. And moving on to our Appam pan. In Appam pan again we have in both handmade and machine made. This is like handmade Appam pan, and this is like 9 inches, and bigger size this one is like 280 rupees. In smaller size in this model it will be like 250 rupees. And this is like machine made Appam pan with seasoning, and this is like rough finishing, and this is like 400 rupees. We have a smooth finishing in the same model, and this is like 480 rupees. You can see the difference in this two. One is for 400 and another one is for 480. And we have an handle Appam pan also. Handle Appam pan is for 650 rupees. And all machine made Appam pans are pre-seasoned, and Appam pans cannot be used in induction stove. And moving on to a Paneer pan, which is also called as paddu pan, Appam pan. In Paneer pan this is like 7 pits, handmade one, flat base, and this is for 300 rupees. We have in handmade up to 12 pits, and this is like 9 pits for 400 rupees. And in this model 12 pits, that is flat base again, and this is for 500 rupees. And in machine made Paneer pan we have starting from 7 pits. 7 pits, this is like with ring and without ring model. Without ring is like 400 rupees, with ring is like 450 rupees. Advantages with ring is like it will not wobble when you keep in gas stove, and it can be used in induction stove also. And this is like 7 pits again with flower model ring, and without seasoning is for 450 rupees, and with seasoning is for 500 rupees. And in 7 pits we also have a long handle Paneer pan, and this is like long handle one, and this is for 580 rupees with seasoning. And we have a flat base one, machine made itself, and this is like without seasoning 7 pits for 480 rupees, and with seasoning in this model is like 520. This is like 9 pits Paneer pan with ring, and this is for 480 rupees. And in 9 pits we also have a square model Paneer pan with ring and without ring. Without ring is for 430 rupees, and with ring is for 480 rupees. In 9 pits again we have a flower based ring Paneer pan in 2 models again, with seasoning and without seasoning. Without seasoning is for 500, and with seasoning is for 550 rupees. And in 9 pits we have a square long handle Paneer pan with ring, and this is for 600 rupees. Advantage with ring Paneer pan is like it will not wobble when you keep in your gas stove, and it can be used in induction stove if required. And this is like a 9 pits flat base Paneer pan, and this is for 600 rupees, and this is with seasoning. And this is a 12 pits Paneer pan, and the pit size is small in this, and this is for 500 rupees and with ring. In same 12 pits we have big pits Paneer pan, and the pit size will be a little bit bigger compared to the previous one. And we have 2 models in this, with ring and without ring. Without ring is for 580, and with ring is for 650. You can see the difference in this two. One is like small pits, another one is like big pits. And in 12 pits we also have a flat base Paneer pan, and this is like flat base, and this is for 750 rupees with seasoning. And in this without seasoning will be for 700 rupees. This is like with seasoned Paneer pan, flat base. And moving on to our Dutch oven series. In Dutch oven we have starting from 3 liters, and we have up to 7 liters. This is like 3 liters without seasoning, and this is for 1100 rupees, and the lid can be used as a skillet also. And in same model we have with seasoning model, and with seasoning 3 liters is for 1300 rupees. And as I said, this lid also can be used as a skillet. And next we have in 5 liters. 5 liters we have 2-in-1 lid, that this lid can be used as a grill pan also, and this is like with seasoning, and this is for 1600 rupees. And in Dutch oven we have more bigger size in this, and that is for 7 liters, and 7 liters capacity, and this is for 2200, and this lid can be used as a skillet. And this weighs almost 10 kilos in weight. So these are our varieties in our cast iron products, and I'll show you some of our iron products. In iron we have varieties of tawa, and in tawa we have in different qualities also. We have tawa starting from first grade iron and in second grade iron also. Both might weigh the same, but the prices will vary based on the quality of iron sheet. And I'll show you some of our kadais and its prices also. So starting from first grade iron, in first grade iron we have tawa starting from 3 mm thickness and in 8 inches. This is like 8 inches tawa in first grade iron, 3 mm thickness for 140 rupees, and this one is like 9 inches and again same 3 mm thickness for 160 rupees, and this one is like 10 inches and 3 mm thickness, and this is for 200 rupees. And we have in 10 inches double handle also, and this is like flat double handle in 10 inches, this is also for 200. And in 11 inches we have 4 varieties: double handle, flat, curve, single handle, flat and curve. This is like 11 inches flat and it's for 250 rupees in 3 mm thickness. In same 11 inches tawa we have in 4 mm thickness, and you can see the difference in this. This is like the right hand side is like 3 mm and this is like 4 mm thickness. 4 mm thickness tawa, it's like 380 rupees, and again we have 4 models in this. This is like double handle curve model, and we have in flat, and we have in single handle curve and single handle flat also in 11 inches 4 mm thickness. The same applies even in 3 mm also in 11 inches tawa. And coming to a 12 inches tawa, in 12 inches we have in 5 mm thickness, 6 mm thickness, and even in 8 mm thickness also. This is like 5 mm thickness and this one is like 6 mm thickness, and 5 mm thickness cost is like 550 rupees and 6 mm tawa is like 650 rupees. And in both 5 mm 6 mm tawa we have in 4 varieties, that is double handle flat, double handle curve tawa, and we also have in single handle flat and single handle curve tawa also. This is like single handle flat, and you can see the difference. This is like one side handle and this is like double side handle, both are of flat base. And we also have in single handle curve tawa, and even in this we also have in double handle. And 5 mm thickness is like 550, 6 mm thickness is like 650. And in first grade iron we also have wooden handle tawa, and heavier tawa in square model is like 750, and in round shape heavier one is like 680. And coming to a second grade iron tawas, in second grade we have starting from 9 inches. 9 inches is like 140 rupees. You can see the difference. In first grade 9 inches was like 160, this is like 140. And in second grade iron we also have in round shape without handle, and 10 inches is like 170 rupees, and 11 inches is like 200 rupees. We also have other varieties in second grade iron, and prices will vary based on thickness of the tawa. This is like wooden handle tawa, and 10 inches is for 170 rupees and 11 inches is for 200 rupees. And we also have a curve model in same wooden handle tawa. Again it's of same price, 10 inches for 170 and 11 inches for 200. We also have a heavier tawa in first grade iron, and with wooden handle, and this is like 9 inches and this is for 240 rupees with 3 mm thickness, and 10 inches is like 290 rupees, and 12 inches is like 390 rupees. All these are 3 mm thickness tawa and they are heavier. In iron we also have Tarka pans, like small size 4 inches Tarka pan. This is like 70 rupees. We have in 5 inches Tarka pan for 90 rupees and 6 inches for 130, and this is like cast iron Tarka pan and this is for 200 rupees. Moving on to our iron kadais. In iron kadais we have starting from 5 inches, and 5 inches it's the smallest one. 5 inches is like 90 rupees, and in this slightly bigger one is like 6 inches. 6 inches for 110, and 7 inches is for 140 rupees, and more bigger than this is like 8 inches, it's for 160, and 9 inches is for 180. This is like 180, and all these are like mild carbon steel, and 10 inches is for 200, and more bigger than this is like 11 inches, it's for 260 rupees, and we have up to 12 inches in the same model, and that's for 280 rupees. This is like 280 rupees. And we have a different model in same kadais, like deep flat one. Deep flat again we have starting from 7 inches up to 10 inches we have, and is like 140 rupees, and 8 inches is like 160, 9 inches is like 180, and 10 inches is for 200 rupees. And this is like 10 inches and this is for 200 rupees. And we also have in wooden handle one in the same model. Wooden handle round shape, it starts from 7 inches, and this is like 7 inches for 140 rupees. And we have in 8 inches in round shape again, it's also called as wok kadai, and this is for 160 rupees, and 9 inches is for 180, and this is like 9 inches and this is for 180. We have up to 12 inches in this model, and 10 inches is for 200 rupees, and 11 inches is for 260 rupees. This is like 260, and 12 inches is for 280 rupees. And in same wooden handle we also have in flat base kadai and deep flat kadai, and this is like flat base kadai, and flat base kadai starts from 8 inches and is like 8 inches, and 8 inches is like 160 rupees, and next size is like 9 inches. 9 inches is for 180 rupees, and 9 inches in the same model is for 200 rupees, and 12 inches in this model is like 290 rupees. And we also have iron kadais without handle, and iron small bowl starts from 4 inches, and 4 inches is like 50 rupees. This is like 50 rupees, and we have slightly bigger than this. In this one is like 5 inches. 5 inches is for 80 rupees. This is like 80 rupees, and more bigger than this one is like 6 inches. 6 inches in this model is like 100. This is like 100 rupees, and next size is like 7 inches. 7 inches is for 120 rupees, like 7 inches for 120, and we also have 8 inches. 8 inches is for 140 rupees, and this is like 9 inches. 9 inches is for 160, and 10 inches is for 180. Same model without handle. This is like 10 inches and this is for 180. 11 inches is for 220 rupees, and in more bigger than this is like 12 inches. That's the maximum size what we have, and this is for 240 rupees. So these are our varieties in our cast iron and iron products. We sell best quality cast iron and iron products at a very reasonable price. You can compare our prices all over India, and it will be the best in the market. And you can also visit our store at Babusappalayam Main Road, Horamavu, Agara. And for online orders, kindly message us on our WhatsApp number 9110 219 349. Feel free to call us for any orders or queries. Thank you.